Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Jai
Welcome
Jai
back.
Shri Radheshyam. Jai Gaur.
The news are very hot on the topic of ISKCON Ritvik and ISKCON having like some discussions between the power, the leaders on how the ISKCON future will be. It's something very surprising to see this because I remember about 30 years ago, sounds very long time, I asked to my actual guru that back in time, on that time, I asked to my guru what was the instruction of Swami Bhaktivedanta regarding to dīkṣā, and he said that actually the plan of Swami Bhaktivedanta was that everybody will take dīkṣā on his name, but his disciples will act as a priest for the ceremony. This I hear, and I was very concerned about this because I knew that in ISKCON people were having dīkṣā from some gurus who were disciples of Swami Bhaktivedanta, and I thought, is it any possible that in the future people will start discussing the real instruction of Swami Bhaktivedanta if the instructions will be available anymore? Because back in time I knew already that they were changing the books and the philosophy and adapting everything for making like a much bigger corporation or institution. So now the thing is coming out, and I was just 1 month traveling in South America, so I didn't knew much anything about this topic. Something was coming through Facebook or stuff like this, and now I realize that this is actually happening. So you contact me on by email, saying that this thing is an interesting topic to speak on the channel because there are many devotees confused on this topic, and surely many other are suffering. Many are fighting. So maybe it's a good time to speak a little bit about this problem of the Ritvik dīkṣā and the future of ISKCON. Even I am not interested in ISKCON, but as there is many people who speak English in Western countries mainly, and even in India, who must to know some things that are important regarding to a bona fide sampradaya, what is dīkṣā, etc., etc. So I would like to ask you and to thank you, by the way, for contacting me and to be able to speak loud about this. It's very interesting because you are in India, you speak the language, so you can follow. You have been following all the news and all the things going on. So now is a good time to open the information. How are you?
I am fine. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me here and allowing me to speak. I'm not quite qualified enough to speak on these kind of things, but what I would say, I am just an ordinary person, like how ordinary people are fighting with each other on social media platform in the name of whose Parampara is bona fide, Ritvik or ISKCON. So just like those people, I am also ordinary devotee and not some senior devotee, unlike you. I might even say I am a corporate slave because I work in 9 to 5 job, and I cannot even extract enough time for my sadhana and all. But what I believe is ultimately truth must be honored. So I was observing this fight since quite a while, and I have came to know that this entire fight is all about whose parampara is bona fide. The ultimate question they are fighting on, whose parampara is bona fide. So
Yes, yes.
when I see people of my age, like 20-year-old youngsters fighting on social media for these kind of silly things like whose parampara is bona fide, considering themselves to be qualified enough to fight on this such kind of topics, this breaks my heart. Why?
Yeah.
Because when we analyze what is true Gaudiya Vaishnavism is, core philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, so they never teach anyone about how the Diksha Pranali actually is in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Like they do most clumsiest Vaishnava aparad one can do. Like in their temples, there are Chitrapatju of Sat Goswamiji's, where they have applied their own tilak on Goswamiji's and other Goswamiji's, which is wrong.
Yeah.
It is Vaishnava Aparadh. You cannot change the tilak of previous acharyas. You cannot even change the tilak of your Guru Maharaj.
They change also the color of the clothes for the sadhus, you know.
Yeah,
Tilak,
not just
clothes.
colored, not just color. They change almost every single thing. Like how dīkṣā will be given. They give Brahmina initiation to anyone who is senior in their organization.
Have you been in the Have you been in the Radha Damodar Mandir in Vrindavan?
Not there. But I have been to certain temple run by ISKCON several times.
The Radha Damodar is supposed to be a traditional parivar. Yeah? There are Goswamis who are maintaining this, but ISKCON is inside, and they install the Sat Goswamis, and they are all blonde with blue eyes. You know, like American-looking, Western-looking Goswamis. This is horrible. It was really like when I saw that, it was like, oh my God, what these people is doing? What are they doing really? You know, this is so. Can you imagine that this is going like this? If this is keeping going like this, and people is not waking up, sooner or later they will put a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blonde, you know, with long blonde hair, will look like a Viking or something like that, just to fit Western people. This is ridiculous.
Actually, they already altered the original Chitrapatju of Mahaprabhuji. Their version of Chitrapatju, where Mahaprabhuji is shown as sannyasi, which is extremely wrong. The real Chitrapatju we traditionally in Gaudiya Parampara we get. It's not what we will get in ISKCON kind of Chitrapatju, where they have shown Mahaprabhuji wearing Bhagwa Vastra, which is not true.
Yeah.
So what to talk about future? They have already ruining our traditional things.
Yeah, but getting back, well, okay. In the channel, I have been speaking quite a lot about these misconceptions, we can call it, like ISKCON and misconceptions on Bhagavat of the so-called Bhagavatam Parampara, because Bhagavatam Parampara does not exist. This is a creation by Gaudiya Math or ISKCON, but before that we don't have nothing like that. Only we see fake gurus who are claiming that they came from Mahavatar Babaji, and in their same Parampara they have Jesus Christ and stuff like that, you know.
Wrong.
So that can be also called Bhagavatam Parampara, since they are kind of quoting all the most important masters of this earth, and they're creating this lineage that is not connected dīkṣā. They have no dīkṣā connection. So, and is well known that Bhaktisiddhanta has no dīkṣā connection with Gaura Kishore Das Babai Maharaj, because I have been posting this information is in many places. If people will just investigate a little bit, they will find out that Bhaktisiddhanta is not a disciple of Gaura Kishore Das Babai Maharaj. Why? Because we have the Guru Pranali, the disciples and gurus of Gaura Kishore Das Baba, and Bhaktisiddhanta is not there. So it's not Bhaktivinoda Thakur on the Jagannath Das Babai Maharaj. So this is very clear. People must to really open the eyes on this. So now the question is, my dear, the question is, why are they fighting on some Parampara system if they have no dīkṣā? Their dīkṣā is completely created by themselves. This is not the traditional Gaudiya dīkṣā. They created this dīkṣā 100 years ago. So what is the fight now?
Definitely. See, most of the people who belong to Gaudiya Math and ISKCON are the people who have not known the traditional ways of how Gaudiya Parampara and Gaudiya Dīkṣā Pranali actually works. They are like outsiders who came to who are seeing Vaishnavism with the goggles of Gaudiya Math and not as it is. Like if we talk about the dīkṣā of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, so Gaudiya Math and ISKCON both agrees on one thing, that when he gave dīkṣā to his very own self, his Guru Maharaj was not present in a Pragat Swarupa, and his Guru Maharaj instructed him to take dīkṣā in a dream, it is not bona fide way. Like
It's not bona fide.
when your Guru Maharaj is coming in your dream and instructing you to take Diksha, so what is the most ideal thing a sincere disciple should do? The most ideal thing a sincere disciple must do is to go to the senior most successor of his Guru Maharaj and ask for mantra.
Exactly.
Bona fide Pramanik mantra. But what he did, he locked himself in one room and came out of as a sannyasi. That too with a danda. That too with a tridanda.
Yes.
So as long as my tiny brain can understand, the danda sannyasa can only be given by the guru who himself is having danda. If I'm not wrong.
Exactly. Yes. And in the same way, Gorakishore was not a Danda sannyasi, Tridandi sannyasi or Kadanda sannyasi.
He was not even a sannyasi.
So in that way,
he was not in a sannyas ashram.
If it will be real, this dream, Diksha, this sannyas Diksha, he will become a Babaji, Bhaktisiddhanta Babaji to say, but he will not be a sannyas like in saffron cloth, you know. But wait, this is something that we know and we have been speaking long on this topic. What I want to know to use the time that we have is what is the fight that is going on now on ISKCON?
Actually, the current fight which is going on right now is that ISKCON GBC and ISKCON Bangalore was having some clash related to regarding property related issues. So
property.
Yeah, definitely. So Supreme Court of India gave judgment in the favor of ISKCON Bangalore, who follows Ritvik Parampara, and declared them to be winner of that case. So I do not have insight of case in depth, but this is all what is going in news as of now. So in social media, what is happening? Our entire YouTube and other social media is flooded with war, with videos from ISKCON side and ISKCON Bangalore side. They are fighting with each other, like who is bona fide, Ritvikas or GBC. And not just they are fighting. Most hilarious thing I have seen, which hurts me the most, which breaks my heart, is that youth of India, current Gen Z youth and Gen Alpha youth, they are fighting in comment section of those videos with each other, like Ritvikas are fake or ISKCON is fake, blah blah. I genuinely feel so heartbroken for that youth who is not aware about both ISKCON and Ritvikas are fake.
But let me make a open question, because this is what came to my mind in this moment. As a researcher, it is not due to age that they are too young or too old. It's due to lack of intelligence, I think, that somebody will not just go and to research let me explain. When you are investigating, or somebody is investigating Gaudiya Vaishnavism, you have several different different parivars, different temples, to say, from all the traditional lines, you know. So if they know Gaur Kishore Das Baba, they must know that he is saint from Advaita Parivar. Why they don't go to an Advaita Parivar ashram or temple, actually, and they ask, how your system is working, how is your Diksha mantra working, how this. Even if they want to follow ISKCON, they can go and to ask. If they are praising Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, they can go to Nityananda Parivar or Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj disciples and ask, how this work. Did Bhaktisiddhanta or Bhaktivinoda Thakur get any real connection with your sampradaya? With which kind of praman proofs are there that they are not, or they are connected? So it's so simple, brother. You take a rickshaw, pay 100 or 200 rupees and go somewhere, and you ask, take the book, investigate that. But people is not doing really this kind of basic investigation, being in the same place with the same mandirs and temples are there. But why the people is not using the brain to go and to investigate? I really don't understand this. What they are looking for.
In today's world, people have tendency to get things in shortcut way. So ISKCON is kind of giving Vaishnavism in a shortcut way, which is not a Pramanic bona fide way, obviously. If you observe the basic life cycle of ISKCON devotee, how they get introduced to ISKCON. So first thing, they when they get to know ISKCON, the first thing they came across is their Bhagavad Gita course. This is the
Mhm.
most obvious thing. How ISKCON feeds fundamental and philosophical and literally knowledge of our Gaudiya Siddhanta into their disciples according to their structure. They will first teach their version of Bhagavad Gita, not even a commentary from any Pramanic bona fide Acharya like Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, or not any Pramanic Gaudiya Acharya. They will teach their new disciples the commentary of Śrīla Prabhupāda and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura. After they complete their Bhagavad Gita course, they will selectively teach them some verses from Bhagavata in such a way that they develop sense of belongingness towards that organization, and they develop superiority complex over every other acharya and every other Vaishnava parampara which exists in today's world. So I would say their upbringing is like that only. They are in a mode of denial of understanding. They are in a mode of selective bias. If the truth is present in front of them, they will simply reject it. Reject it. Like
Yeah.
as you said, they can just take a rickshaw, 200, 250 rupees, and go to the places, but they are not doing it. They are literally building fake places like Mayapur, but they are not going to the actual places. So what they are doing, these big
So
organizations are doing.
what people is looking for is like they want to become ISKCON and to start earning money. That's why they are just there. Because one
See,
day, I asked to one ISKCON devotee here in Brindavan. He was very open-minded and very like spontaneous. And I say, so why so many Indian people, like young people, is going there to ISKCON? Why you guys are not going to the traditional place to learn the real Vaishnavism, Gaudiya, Siddhanta? And they say, well, we go there, many of us get married with some beautiful Russian girls who are coming. And so it's like this, like many people maybe have no education, but they make a career inside ISKCON as a monk and they earn money. They get famous, they start flying abroad, etc., etc., etc. I was very surprised that he said that like joking, but I think it's true, So if the devotees are really not looking for understanding the true philosophy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, their bhakti is totally spoiled. It's like the followers of Osho Ragnesh. They believe that he is like some kind of avatar, like a super master, like the best, the true, the same. It's like all the cults are working like that.
Actually, that is the biggest problem right now in India. That people are forgetting their roots. There are so many fake gurus in India, like Saint Rampal and many other fake gurus who does not align with our traditional paramparas. I'm not talking about Vaishnava paramparas only. There are several paramparas. There are bona fide parampara of Nath Sampradaya. There are bona fide tantric paramparas.
Mm-hmm.
There is four matha of Sankaracharya. There is Ashtamatha of Udupi. There are Tenakalai and Vedakalai sect of, sorry if I am not pronouncing right, but there are two subgroups of Sri Vaishnavism and many other bona fide parampara. But people are going to the places like Brahma Kumaris and Saint Rampal and other such false parampara because they get certain perks which they will not get in actual bona fide lineage, like big temples which are like big palaces, lights, and as you said, the mindset of that person was to marry white woman. So that kind of things they will get fame, they will get money.
So it's just Maya, huh?
Maya, definitely
They are
pure
getting
Maya.
more Maya. This is so stupid, brother. So okay, let's get to the point. What was what the Ritvik section of ISKCON were discussing and why they won the Ritvik? What is happening with this? Is only about land, or they are discussing about dīkṣā? What is behind this?
The court case was not about dīkṣā. The fight regarding dīkṣā is going on social media only. the court case was solely about the property dispute, as per my knowledge. So when Madhu Pandita Prabhuji declared himself to be independent entity outside of ISKCON GBC, and he declared that he will follow Ritvikism. So all the temples which were under ISKCON Bangalore at that time. So case was going on in the court regarding who will be the owner of that property, ISKCON Bangalore or ISKCON GBC. As per my knowledge, I do not have in-depth knowledge regarding the case, to be honest. So it was the case which was going on in court, but this case has given spark to the fight between GBC and Ritvik people, and many ISKCON people like Amog Leela Prabhu and many other people are making continuous videos on their channel against Ritvik, and same goes with Ritvik people. Many famous Ritvik people like Vrindavana Chandra Das of Braj, if you know him, that small young boy, Bhakt Bhagwata, his guru, he's also in the fight, and many other people are making videos, and they are just giving some references like Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said that. I'm not into that. I honestly do not follow them deeply, because obviously one must follow traditional parampara and traditional sampradaya. If I'm investing my time in reading and investigating and learning something, then I will definitely prefer reading bona fide shastras and bona fide literature instead of getting into these kind of stuff.
Okay, so what in your at your understanding, what Swami Bhaktivedanta said about initiation? Like his disciples should become gurus, or he will be the only guru and the disciples only will do the ritual for initiation?
Actually, what I have heard from ISKCON people, according to their claim that Bhakti Vedanta Swami gave orders to Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj and many other disciples of his, that you will make a great fan base, great following. But if we look into Gaudiya Parampara, Gaudiya way of accepting disciple, we do not aim to have large number of following generally. All the Shat Goswamis, if you look upon, they did not had any large number of disciples and all such things. And not just in Gaudiya, but every single Rasik Parampara, whether it's Pushti Marg or whether it's Radha Vallabh Sampradaya, the Diksha is given to the person who is actually into the mode of goodness, bhakti, rasa, and not to increase your manpower and increase your what head count, etc., etc. So
exactly.
I'm not into what he said. I do not exactly have knowledge about
Well,
what he said.
here I have some quotes from Swami Bhaktivedanta on this topic. Listen. In May 28, 1977, conversation in Vrindavan with GBC members, Prabhupada was asked who will give initiation after his departure. He replied, I will recommend some of you to act as official acharyas. Previous to this, in July 9, 1977, in a letter to all GBC and temple president, reads that he appoint 11 senior disciples to act as Ritvik, representative of the Acharya, to give initiation on his behalf. This was the instruction. And then in some conversation, he said things like, I will recommend some of you to act as official Acharyas. When I order you become guru, he becomes regular guru, that's all. He become disciple of my disciple, that's it. And on Guru Paramparā, he say on the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.43, I shall produce some disciple who will be able to carry on this movement. So here we have, I think, the main point, because also I asked this to my one guru back in time, many years ago, when I was following Swami Bhaktivedanta, about 30 years ago. I asked, so what was the idea of Prabhupada regarding to Diksha for the followers, his followers? And the Guru said that he say that everybody must to give Diksha on his name, that the disciples are only as a priest doing the rituals. for the dīkṣā, but actually the dīkṣā is from Swami Bhaktivedanta. I was very surprised. But seems like now these things are coming up. And here we have one problem that I realized with Swami Bhaktivedanta in so many of his letters, conversations, and writings. And is that he's not in one position. He's very he say one thing and after he say a different thing. And there is exactly what we have nowadays. That people is confused that, no, Swami Bhaktivedanta say that the disciples must become gurus. Right, he said that, but also he give a letter to the GBC that reads that he is the guru and the disciples will only give the mantra and the japa, to the people in his name and Ritvik, disciple succession. So because it's bogus, because it's not clear and the information was not clear, who is who and what is the point, then this kind of things happens, So I think this is the main problem, and the point will be to make a proper distinction between what he said and what he wrote as instruction, So since this information is not properly clear, seems like both sides are kind of correct, and in the same time both sides are incorrect. Because if somebody is following a guru after Prabhupada is against Prabhupada's wills based on his instruction, but they can claim that Prabhupada also say that this is possible. So this thing will go on and it will not end because it's a bogus instruction. It's not a clear statement on this topic.
Definitely. See, what my understanding says that when your entire Parampara is built on the basis of lies and not pramanik dīkṣā mantras and Siddha Pranali, then today or tomorrow your Parampara will fall. That's for
definitely,
sure.
Definitely. Anything that is built up on lies, it cannot last long. This is true. And as I show on a previous reel and short I upload on my Instagram and on here, the way that Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati grew up his following was even by serving meat to Westerners, to British officials working for the crown. So if you grow up money and power out of that, I'm sorry to say, but it is not a very Vaishnava way of living or doing the things. So what happens that the reactions will come, and when the reactions will come, is exactly the same that happened with people who earn their money, on a wrong way. Maybe they get very powerful and a lot of money, like a mafia, mafia people. They get a lot of money in one moment, but their life is short, their success is short, and sooner or later, everything will fall down because they created with very bad karma. And in this case, I'm talking about to serving meat, properly meat, to people. So these kind of things are not possible. And if they have been building up an empire out of that, I'm sorry to say, but I am sure the things will fall down. And when the people realize and know that this is true, what I am saying and showing on the videos, all the investigations, that they have not the real dīkṣā, because in dīkṣā, you have at least on the real Gaudiya dīkṣā will give you 4 dīkṣā mantras plus Mahamantra. Yeah. On my lineage has 8 dīkṣā mantras, and normally you will find around this number of dīkṣā mantra, but they have Mahamantra, and then after that they have Gayatri mantra. Gayatri mantra is not a dīkṣā mantra for Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Otherwise, show where our Purvacharyas have been speaking about Gayatri mantra as a dīkṣā mantra. There is nowhere on Shastra, so this is all fake.
What actually happens that when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was building Gaudiya Math, that at that time period, India was struggling for its freedom. We all know that. And there are certain stereotypes going on in the society, like caste oppression and etc. And Britishers developed certain kind of Brahmin hatred in the society. So many people began to hate Brahmins. Even today in India, many people hate Brahmins. They do abusive comments for Brahmins, and many such things is happening right now. And many people in India are brainwashed in such a way that they are in complete denial to accept the Varna Vyavastha and Varnashram Dharma. People take pride in breaking Varnashram Dharma, which is wrong, which must not happen. And even Indian constitution is written such that they have specific articles and such kind of narratives where varnashrama will be abolished because they have not understood the varnashrama properly. So what exactly happens that in order to run your business you have to make people feel special. So how you do that? If you make them feel special by simply giving rasa, madhurya bhav, or what we follow in our parampara, parkiya bhav, then obviously people will excel in such kind of bhav and such kind of rasa and do proper bhakti. But they cannot do that because they are not bona fide. They cannot pass down such kind of bhav. What their senior devotees do, all that is bhav abhas, nothing else.
Yeah.
So
There's no
they
buff.
will have to present at least something to the people which will bring more and more people to their organization. So what they came up with? They came up with idea of making people Brahmins, which is very hilarious.
Yes, ridiculous.
Why would one become Brahmin when
I have
it
seen
is clearly
like some American guys like full of tattoos and muscles doing jagyas, with Brahmin thread, and it's like ridiculous. Like, please come on, what is this?
Definitely ridiculous. See, I myself is born in Sudra Varna. I'm a Sudra. I'm not some upper caste person. So people might think that this person is belong to some upper caste and we are oppressed caste, and these people have been oppressing us for since decades. So it's obvious that such kind of person come and lecture us to follow varnashrama. No, everyone must follow varnashrama, whether it's whether it's Sudra or Brahmin. Without following varnashrama, you are not Vaishnava. You cannot attain what you are supposed to attain if you do not follow varnashrama.
There is one thought on this topic as well, because Bhakti has nothing to do with Varnashram, and Varnashram definitely will help to make order on this planet. But the main problem, the main problem here is that in Kali Yuga, and not just in Kali Yuga, but from golden era, from Satya, we have stories about this, that people is abusing others out of their power. Kings who abuse the people with power, Brahmins who abuse with power, people who fell from their position. So in somehow that people have been losing faith on Varnashram, and somehow it's also justified, because the ones who are supposed to be there keeping the Varnashram are not doing it, and they are acting, not everybody, of course, I'm speaking about like some cases, but this is what produced this not faith on Varnashram. The people who should be keeping the Varnashram on and the regulations, they are not doing. They're just using it for their own convenience. You say just what I say in the beginning, like the Brahmins in the Goswamis in Radha Damodar Mandir, that is this traditional Gaudiya line, they have been putting everywhere, Śrīla Prabhupāda this, Śrīla Prabhupāda here, Śrīla Prabhupāda there. They put the Shat Goswamis looking like Western white people, blonde eyes and blue eyes and blonde hair. And they have been all this kind of nonsense. So, of course, if you see that, okay, what is this, These are the Brahmins? Please, give me a break.
Okay.
No, I mean, this is a saying in English, please give me a break. It's like, I don't need this, It's like, so people, that's why, of course, they lose faith on these kind of things, because the one who should represent it are not representing it.
People must be rational enough to judge such kind of activities when we come across any such incident. So as a Gaudiya Vaishnava, what is our duty? First, we must validate every single thing based on Gaudiya Shastra dated by our said Goswamis, whether it's Hari Bhakti Vilas or Satkriya Saratipika of Gopal Bhatt Goswami ji, and many such other Shastras are written by our Goswamis. So if a person is not acting in accordance with those Shastras and person is conflicting with those Shastras, so he is not a Gaudiya Vaishnava. He is doing things on his own, not as a Vaishnava.
Yeah, but there is the problem, These people is abusing their status because I am Brahmin, because I am this, because I am that. And what I can say, they will say to me, you are a Meleche because you're a Western. What you are saying? What are you saying to us? And I can show yes, but look, Rupa Goswami is blonde. Man, open the eyes. This is stupid. And what they will say?
Absolutely ridiculous. See, in Bhagavatam, Pancham Skanda, 35th chapter, if I, not 35th, most probably 11th or 35th chapter, if I recall correctly, in Bhagavatam, it is clearly mentioned that how Brahmin should act in society, what will be the duties of Brahmanas, right? If I'm not wrong. In Pancham Skanda, whether 11th or 35th chapter, it is clearly mentioned. So, when a person is not acting accordingly to what is written in Bhagavatam, so whoever the person is, even if the person is some bona fide Goswami, but he is not acting in accordance with our previous acharyas, and he is disobeying Gaudiya literature, then we must understand that he is not a bona fide person to act on whatever post he is acting as.
Yeah. In Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.2, implication for a Brahmana. Brahmana must associate with sadhus, remain peaceful, non-envious, even-minded, and avoid materialistic association. So just based on this verse, we can cut a big number of people, out. The Brahmana duty is to cultivate and distribute transcendental knowledge, not to remain entangled in karma or material duties. So
definitely
doing everything just for
why
getting
I
money.
raised this concern at first place is that in organizations like ISKCON, you asked me that why people go there and why they do not go to traditional places. So when you join ISKCON, there are many people whose ultimate aim is to get Brahmin dīkṣā and not the higher rasa. So people are more focusing on becoming Brahmin rather than reaching Golok Dham and doing advancement in bhakti. So we might say that it's their personal interest. They lack sense of belongingness, and they are getting that sense of belongingness from organizations like ISKCON and Gaudiya Math. So it is common human psychology that human will emphasis and favor this sense of belongingness. So that's why they go to that places.
Yeah. Well, the time is we have like 1 hour actually of video.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a lot of information, and well, I hope the problems for ISKCON people will end soon, and also
definitely I pray Lord Nitai Gorang to bless them with truth.
Yes, but
this is most required.
If Nitai Gaur will bless them, they will must to leave ISKCON, because the truth cannot stand fake stories, liars, and things like that. No business, no this kind of things. So it's very difficult. If they want to really get the kripa of Nitai Gaur, they must open the eyes. And when they open the eyes, they will feel and they will know they have been tricked.
Before we complete this recording and this video, my concluding remarks will be my instruction to today's youth, if they consider it. See, whenever you go to any kind of parampara, whether it's ISKCON or Gaudiya Math or any other parampara, you must inquire about bona fide Guru Parampara first properly, and you must do your own research. You must question them. Like why that thing is like that, and etc. etc. With respect to ISKCON, I would like to learn certain things. I would like today's youth to learn certain things. Sorry for my bad English. I am a bit more comfortable in Hindi, and English is not my first or second language. So
that's okay. I understand completely.
Okay.
No problem.
My instruction to today's youth will be: first, ask about what is the pramana that Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and Jagannath Das Babaji is in your parampara. First question. Second question they must ask is, who give authority to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur carry a tridanda? This is my second question.
Exactly.
My third question will be, in many places they worship deities which is not bona fide Gaudiya deities. They randomly cherry pick deities from local region like Lord Vittala from Maharashtra or Lord Balaji from Andhra Pradesh, and they establish those deities in their temples, and they do seva of that deities. Who gave them right to do seva of those deities who do not belong to your parampara? This will be my third question.
Yeah. Oof,
And
they have a lot of work to do, sadly, but it's possible.
I have written all those questions in one Telegram channel, in very good way. I might not be able to express myself
So
properly
show
in this
it,
video,
it is in
obviously.
English or in Hindi?
It is in English, definitely.
In which Telegram channel? I want to see.
Wait, I'm sharing a link here.
Yeah, send me here in the chat. Is this link can be shared with people or is private?
Definitely. No. It's public link.
Okay.
See, I have shared that link with you.
Yeah. All right. I have public. Or is one of my videos there about?
Not one. There are many videos. Many of your videos.
Oh, thank you. So on Gora Kishore Baba. And there, question number 1 reads: Danda sannyas can be given by the guru who himself is initiated into Danda sannyas and as authority to carry Danda. Many Paramparā in our Gaudiya Dharma was started by the grace of Sri Mahaprabhuji himself. Yeah. 3. Why do you people feel humans with so much hatred and arrogance toward the other Vaishnavas? Yes, good question. Yeah, there are 3 questions to see. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, I will share this link. People can read the questions and to see what is what. There is interesting information. So anything that you would like to add for closing now, like in a couple seconds?
Definitely. If that will be in Hindi, will it be okay?
Yes, Hindi people can, Indian people can read.
सिर्फ हाँ, definitely. हिंदी में इसलिए बोलना है क्योंकि मेरा जो अल्टीमेट मैसेज है वो डेफिनेटली इंडिया के यूथ के लिए है जो वैष्णवता को एक्सप्लोर करते हैं, ठीक है? तो उनको एक सिंपल सा मैसेज ये रहेगा कि जो सवाल मैंने वहां पे बताए हैं उनके बारे में वो लोग खुद से मनोमंथन करे, उसके बारे में रिसर्च करे अनबायस्ड, और जब भी वो किसी भी संप्रदाय में जाए, चाहे मैं नहीं कह रहा कि आप गौड़िया संप्रदाय से जुड़ो, आप पे जो भी ठाकुर जी की कृपा से जो भी कृपा होगी वो संप्रदाय से आपकी दीक्षा होगी, ठीक है? तो आप वो संप्रदाय के जो प्राचीन ग्रंथ होते हैं उसे पढ़ो। सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी चीज होती है वो प्राचीन ग्रंथों को जानना, प्राचीन प्रमाणों को जानना। अगर आप गौड़िया में आ रहे हो तो आप पढ़ो, विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर जी को पढ़ो, आप जीव गोस्वामी जी को पढ़ो, आप रूप गोस्वामी जी के लिटरेचर्स पढ़ो, आप हरि भक्ति विलास पढ़ो। वो फंडामेंटल चीज होती है। फंडामेंटल चीज ये नहीं होती कि आप भगवत गीता पढ़ोगे और भागवत पढ़ोगे और वो भी किसी और की कमेंट्रीज पढ़ोगे, कोई प्रामाणिक आचार्य की कमेंट्रीज नहीं पढ़ोगे। ये काफी गलत चीज होती है। और एक वैष्णव का जो भाव होता है ना वो काफी मृदु, काफी कोमल होता है। उसमें अरोगेंस, किसी के लिए नफरत या सुपीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स या वैसी चीजें नहीं होती है। तो ऐसी चीजों में पढ़ने के बजाय एकदम मृदु होके, एकदम शांत स्वरण करके ये जो प्रामाणिक वैष्णवता होती है उसे एक्सप्लोर करो। ब्रज में जाओ, रसिक लोगों से मिलो, उनसे वार्तालाप करो, उनसे ज्ञान प्राप्त करो, प्रामाणिक जगहों से ज्ञान प्राप्त करो। यही कहना चाहूंगा मैं अल्टीमेटली।
Very good. I thank you very much for your time, for contacting me and for sharing your experience on this Gaudiya journey that you are having in this very life. I wish you all the best and success, that you will reach to the right master. And well, let's stay in contact. Thank you very much.
Definitely, we will be. Thank you. Jai Gaur.
Jai Nitai, Jai Gaur, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Radhe Shyam.